Isiah Pacheco, who was a seventh-round pick last year. He came on the scene, surprised and wowed a lot of people last year. But we found out shortly after the Super Bowl that he played the Super Bowl with a broken hand and a torn labrum at the end of the season. After the season was over, he had surgery on the hand and the torn labrum. And so far during training camp, he's been wearing a yellow non-contact jersey, but participating, but not doing any contact stuff. He's been cleared as far as his hand injury, but the torn labrum is something that he has not been cleared yet. They're hopeful that he'll be back by August 20th to partake in contact and stuff. So my question to you is, when you hear about torn labrum, the broken hand, although he's going to be cleared by August 20th for contact, how far does that make him away from being a full go as far as being 100% to take, 12 to 15 carries that he'll probably get during a game? I mean, does that kind of add up? Like, being fully clear to play, to do contact, does that mean he'll be ready to go by week 1?
Well, one of the things we do at Sports Injury Central right now, we have preseason injury previews, and we talk about the Chiefs on offense and defense. But we're not worried about Pacheco. We even give him an individual, what we call 6 score, Sports Injury Central score for the season. We have it in the 90s as high. We think there's no question, and we put this out before he reported to camp. We think there's no question he's ready to go for week 1. And whatever your expectations of Pacheco are for this year, I don't think the shoulder or hand are a downgrade at all. Look, it's a good thing that he is in a yellow jersey and practicing. They're just being taking cautions with him because his shoulder isn't necessarily 100% yet. But guess what? He's in practice. If he were on PUP, he wouldn't be able to practice with the team. So he's doing the install, run game, pass game, blocking scheme. He's a yellow jersey, but he's there doing the install. So that will serve him well going forward. Really no worries about Pacheco. The hand is a complete non-issue. The shoulder is a minimal, if anything, issue. He's in the 90s in terms of his health and 6 score, and we're confident.
Wow, that's good. I mean, the one thing that I've seen some people on Twitter say, some of these pundits and experts, they talk about how the torn labrum, the way he runs, that could be something that could potentially flare up again throughout the season, being such a violent runner that he is.
I don't see it. I mean, anything can happen. It's not the contact sport of football. It's the collision sport of football. I'd be more worried about him if he were a big-time pass catcher in terms of getting out there and exposing his shoulder with a catch radius. But in terms of running the ball, don't really have any worries. As a matter of fact, time and again, first of all, for your fans, there are 3 or 4 times more surgeries at the end of the season than during the season. So to have, quote, these surprise surgeries, they're only a surprise to you and the fans. They're not a surprise to anyone in the building. But what that also means is Pacheco, I don't know when he did it, likely injured his labrum and tore his labrum some point during the season. And we all never knew about it. And it's not illegal to keep that quiet. He did not have to be on the injury report. But, we used to have, when I was with the Chargers, 10 or 12 or sometimes 15 surgeries lined up, knowing that we're going to do this when the season was over, kind of thing. And I think what it goes to tell you, my confidence is Pacheco undoubtedly, and maybe if you get a chance to ask him or another reporter, how many weeks did he play with the labral tear? I guarantee you he played with it. So, and nobody noticed the difference. So I think he'll be fine.
Awesome. That's great. That's great to know. He's been one of those guys I've been weary of as far as fantasy goes. Like, yeah, those injuries, I don't know. I may have to take a back seat on Pacheco as far as drafting him in the rounds he's supposed to go in some of the redraft leagues. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.